how to make a woman obsessed with you. Ever imagined leaving a woman so captivated that she can't stop thinking about you? Sounds like a dream, right? But let's be honest. You're probably sabotaging your chances without even realizing it. Maybe it's those conversations filled with empty promises or the classic, "I'd do anything for you." Spoiler alert. That doesn't work. In fact, the harder you try to impress her, the more distant she becomes. Sound familiar? Don't worry, you're not alone. But I just want to show her that I like her, you might think. I get it, man, but here's the harsh truth. It comes across as desperate. And guess what? Desperation is the ultimate repellent. What truly attracts is confidence. A guy who knows what he wants and isn't afraid to be himself. Forget playing the superhero or being the nice guy 24/7. Ready to turn the tables? It's time to understand what really works. Before you start blaming yourself, relax. It's not your fault. Society keeps feeding us bad advice like, be the nicest guy, say yes to everything, chase after her. The result? An endless cycle of frustration and shattered self-esteem. But don't worry, there's a way out. You don't have to stay trapped in this loop forever. Change starts now. In this guide, I'll show you how to flip the script with a few psychological insights no one ever told you. These are simple but powerful strategies that will help you understand what truly attracts a woman. Want to stop being ignored and become irresistible? Stay tuned, because what's coming next will change everything. Have you ever noticed how some guys walk into a room and suddenly everyone is paying attention to them? They don't have superpowers, relax. What they've mastered are what we call mental triggers, small psychological techniques that influence people's decisions without them realizing it. And yes, this applies to attraction too. Here's the truth. Women respond to these triggers automatically. Think of a guy who walks in confidently, with a genuine smile, without trying too hard. Now compare him to someone nervously glued to their phone. Who gets noticed? Exactly. Small gestures can make a massive difference. Want a practical example? Take an iPhone. It's not just a phone, right? It's like a trophy, a symbol of style, innovation, and status. Attraction works the same way. It's not just about what you say, it's about what you convey. What sparks her interest isn't your list of qualities, but how much you value yourself. Communication is everything. And let's be clear, this isn't about manipulation or playing mind games. The idea here is to understand how emotions work and use them naturally. Women want men who shine on their own, but also make them feel special. Now, let's dive into the most common mistakes that sabotage your chances of igniting her interest. Let's be real. Desperation is a massive turnoff. You know, that guy who sends message after message, compliments everything she does, or cancels his own plans just to please her. Yep, that screams neediness. Even if your intentions are good, the effect is the opposite. And no one wants to be the cheap option on the shelf. Women pick up on this quickly, almost like radar. The result? Zero interest. Here's a harsh truth. Acting like you're the only one interested in her is like putting a sign on your forehead that says, "I have no options," and "My friend, no one wants what seems too easy." People love a challenge, something that feels special and exclusive. Imagine someone trying too hard to sell you something. Would you trust them? Exactly, she doesn't either. Another classic mistake is making her life the center of your universe right from the start. Sure, showing interest is important, but if everything you do revolves around her, you lose the element of mystery. Attraction thrives on balance, curiosity, uncertainty, that little spark of excitement. If you become predictable, it's like watching a movie without a plot twist. Boredom sets in and interest fades. But don't worry, the solution is simpler than you think. Want to avoid these mistakes? Focus on your life, your passions, your goals. When you make yourself a priority, she'll notice your value. Don't go anywhere, because next, we'll explore how the concept of scarcity can become your secret weapon in attraction. Spoiler alert, it's incredibly powerful. Here's the core idea. Everyone values what's rare. It's simple. When you seem less available, you become more interesting. Think of the line outside a store for the latest console. If everyone wants it, it must be good, right? In attraction, it works the same way. The trick? Make your attention feel special, not something she can get all the time for free. So I should play hard to get? Nope, not exactly. The key is building a fulfilling life outside the relationship. Friends, hobbies, dreams. There's nothing more attractive than someone who genuinely lives their life without relying on external validation. When you're busy being the man in other areas, confidence naturally follows, and that's irresistible. Another golden tip: create memorable moments with her. Instead of the usual Netflix and pizza, why not plan something different? Something she'll remember for years. But here's the kicker: don't cling afterward. Give her space to miss you, to think about how amazing it was, and want more. This isn't about playing games. It's about balance. The truth is, your attention, when well measured, becomes valuable. It's like a limited edition. Everyone wants a piece. Want to take this strategy to the next level? Let's talk about how subtle indifference can naturally multiply your magnetism. Get ready, because the magic is just beginning. Want to be that guy people remember, but can't quite explain why? The answer is subtle indifference. Here's how it works. It's not about ignoring her or being cold, but showing that you're not desperate for validation. This taps into people's natural curiosity. After all, everyone wants what feels slightly out of reach. Think of a group conversation. There's that guy who talks too much, trying to be the center of attention, and then there's the other guy, calm, speaking at the right moments, exuding confidence. Who stands out more? Exactly. Attraction works the same way. When you don't try too hard, you give off a natural confidence that's magnetic. It's the classic less is more principle. Want a practical example? She sends you a message. What do? Don't rush to reply in 2 seconds. Wait a little, but don't overdo it. This shows you have priorities and don't live glued to your phone. When you do reply, let the conversation flow naturally without that vibe of, I was just waiting for you to message me. The result? You come across as someone busy and interesting. Simple gestures, like smiling confidently or not seeking her approval every 5 minutes, already set you apart. Trust me, this creates an irresistible mystery. And in the next step, I'll show you how to balance this attitude with genuine displays of interest, so there's no doubt you're still in the game. Here's the secret. Show you care without becoming an open book. It's like a good suspense story. It needs just the right amount of mystery to keep the other person intrigued. Show her you like her, but don't hand over everything on a silver platter. The magic is in the balance. 1 step forward, 1 step back. Want to know how? Start with the details. Instead of throwing out the generic "you're beautiful," pay attention to what others might not notice. Compliment something unique, like an idea she shared or a laugh that made you laugh too. It's simple but incredibly effective. This shows you're paying attention to what truly matters without trying too hard. Another golden move: don't spill your whole life story on the first date. Save some intriguing stories for later. That sense of there's more to him than meets the eye will keep her hooked. Also, create unexpected moments, like a quirky comment or an unconventional invitation. She'll remember those, guaranteed. And to keep things interesting, use small gestures that create connection without seeming needy. Liking an old photo of hers or sending a message about something that reminded you of her are subtle moves that keep the spark alive. Let's dive into how to build such a strong sense of personal value that she'll want to be part of your life without you even trying. If you want to truly stand out, stop focusing solely on what she wants and start working on who you are. There's nothing more attractive than a man who knows his worth and acts with confidence. And here's the good news. Personal value can't be faked, it's built. Want to become the man women notice effortlessly? Invest in yourself. It's that simple. First, figure out what areas of your life need improvement. Feeling directionless? Time to learn something new. Feeling out of shape? Start working out and taking care of yourself. Friends dragging you into bad situations? Expand your circle and surround yourself with people who encourage growth. Every small step in this direction boosts not only your magnetism, but also your own sense of fulfillment. Trust me, when you're focused, it shows. Now, create an environment that reflects your growth. Are you surrounded by people who do nothing but complain? Change your circle. Invest in hobbies that challenge you, projects that inspire you, and friends who add value to your life instead of draining it. Not only will this make your life more interesting, but it will also give you an aura of someone who's going places. And nothing is more attractive than a man with purpose. Finally, remember that the value you build is yours. It doesn't depend on compliments, approval, or being with someone. When you feel whole, you don't need to prove anything to anyone, and that is irresistible. How many times have you tried, made an effort, and still ended up alone, while others seem to attract women effortlessly? That frustration, that feeling of helplessness, as you watch the woman of your dreams in someone else's arms. I know how much that hurts. But the good news is you don't have to go through that anymore. The obsession method was designed precisely for those who are tired of dealing with disappointments and are ready to turn things around. With techniques rooted in psychological studies and proven strategies, you'll learn how to make any woman feel an uncontrollable desire for you, even if, up until now, you've only faced rejection. It's time to stop living with that pain, to confront the loneliness and the feeling of not being good enough. The obsession method is the key you need to turn the page and finally become the man who naturally attracts, sparks interest, and ignites passion in any woman. Put an end to that pain. Check out the link below and start transforming your love life, now with the method that's already helped thousands of men like you. Knowing is great, but action is what changes the game. If you really want to transform your love life, you need to move from theory to practice. You don't need an overnight revolution. Small adjustments in your daily life can make a massive difference. And when you start applying these strategies consistently, the results will follow. Start by practicing in the simplest interactions. Chatting with a woman? Work on balancing showing interest with maintaining mystery. Notice how she reacts, tweak your approach, and improve where needed. Make a mistake? That's okay. It's part of the process. This is how you learn. The key is to stay authentic while refining your methods. With practice, this becomes second nature. Next, keep track of what's working. Had a successful interaction? Write it down. Lost emotional control at some point? Learn from it. Every situation is an opportunity to get better. When you focus on what works, your confidence grows, and confidence is what makes you stand out without having to force anything. Subscribe to our channel for more tips like this, and make sure to watch the next video playing on your screen right now.